with a new training video for you. I'm working with some new editing software because I just got a new laptop. I retired the old one, so bear with me as I kind of um, work my way through this and work out all of the kinks. So trying it for the first time this time. And so you're going to see training footage from two recent sessions, today's session and yesterday's session. These right here are some box squats. I'm squatting to just past parallel on these. I'd say maybe half an inch to an inch below parallel, but certainly not. They're certainly not the lowest box squats in the world. And I'm using reverse mini bands, and the reverse mini bands are giving me about 35 pounds at the bottom and not really all that much at the top, maybe 5 or 10 pounds, and it's just enough so that I take a little bit off of coming off of the box, so it's a little bit easier on me, and I can accelerate into the weight a little bit more. So tried to get some higher intensity work in with these box squats. I did a set of 345 for 3, 375 for 3, and this right here is 405 for 3. At bottom, figure it's around 370 to 375. At top, it's right around 400, 405, something in that range. And so these felt pretty good. I am incorporating more box squats just because it's something that I can do with a more upright torso position than squatting, even though it doesn't look like it here. I'm able to usually stay a little bit more upright with these, and so it's something that I'm going to work on in the future. I was going to consider doing some normal stance squatting, but I did some work with it, and it's going to be such a big project for me to really develop my normal stance squat that at this point, considering how close I am to a meet, I'm about 8 weeks away now. I'd rather just leave it for something. Maybe leave it for the fall and leave it for then so that I can tackle it when I really have time to dedicate to it. I don't think it would be worth the amount of time that I'd have to put into it just to make it respectable. I'd rather just prepare for this meet and then focus on it later. After I did those box squats, I did 3 sets of 5, 335 beltless, just to get in some extra work. I was going to do more, but I really just started fatiguing on them. And I decided it wasn't really worth breaking with technique because at that point with those high intensity reps, as you can see, I was already coming pretty far forward and was using my back a lot in squatting those weights up off the box. So I didn't want to continue doing that. I wanted to give myself a little bit of a break. I've been doing a lot more deadlifting, and my deadlift has gotten. It feels like it's been getting better. I did. And you won't see this in the video because I didn't do video, but when I went back home this weekend, I did 521 for a set of 4 off of 2.5-inch blocks, and for me, that's a PR. That's a really great lift. And this week, I think my top set is going to be 540 for a set of 3, and if I'm able to do that off of a 2.5-inch block, that would really tell me that my deadlift is moving in the right direction because my max off of a 2.5-inch block has traditionally been the same or even a little lower than my max off the floor, and that's because I rely so much on developing speed when I break the bar off the floor in order to work past my sticking point, past my knees. When I remove some of that distance, my deadlift actually goes down a little bit. It really only starts going back up once you get closer to the knees, once you get to about, I'd say, 2 inches from the knees. Any block pull from that point or higher, I'm pulling above my max. But there's a space there between pulling off the floor and pulling 2 inches from the knees where my max is actually a little bit lower than my max off the floor. You're also going to see me do some bench pressing. I did this today. I did 285 for 2 sets of 2. That's a really heavy double for me. Keep in mind that I only did 303 at my last meet for my best bench press, and that was my first time benching over 300. I was really happy with how these felt. Warming up, I still don't feel particularly explosive, but I felt in control of these weights the entire time. I only really misgrooved badly on my last set, and I really wasn't disappointed with that because considering the amount of weight that I was working with, I kind of expected for it to happen. This second set went just fine, and I was really happy with my pauses. looking back on these. I felt like I did a good job hitting some real strict pauses. After those 285s, I decided to put 290 on it, and I sort of ditched my programming and said, what the heck, let me try for a triple. I'd never done one with this weight before, and was able to squeak out a triple, and I was really happy with that. 290 is not too far from my from the bench that I did at my last meet. It's 13 pounds away, and I was able to do it for a set of 3. That's great progress for me, and that's a great place for me to be in relation to my next meet. And my opinion on changing my programming is I try and be as disciplined as possible, but I really think you have to give yourself on certain occasions a reason to go in and train. And what I really enjoy doing, what I really like to do, is I like to go in, I like to do some high intensity work, and I like to occasionally set a rep max. And that's the stuff that keeps me coming back to training. It's the stuff that keeps me motivated. So I'd much rather be motivated with imperfect training than unmotivated with perfect training, and I think you always see more results that way. Anyway, keep checking in. I will have more videos for you very soon.